Don't go backwards.
Right. This election is probably the most important election in our lifetimes. All elections matter in a democracy, but this one matters more than most because it will determine, the outcome of this election will determine the future path that Scotland takes. It's no exaggeration to say the future of our country is on the line. We stand as a country at a crossroads moment. And down one path is a future that could be determined for us. A future that we don't want as a country. And that is a future where Boris Johnson, as Prime Minister, takes Scotland out of the EU against our will. A future where a Prime Minister like Boris Johnson puts our National Health Service at the mercy of Donald Trump in a trade deal. And a future where Boris Johnson might be the Prime Minister, but Nigel Farage will be pulling his strings. Make no mistake about it, a vote for the Conservatives in this election is a vote for Nigel Farage's policies and view of the world. Scotland is one of the wealthiest countries in the world. We have natural resources and human resources that most other countries can only dream of. So we should be full of optimism for the future of our country. The biggest risk to that is a Brexit that we didn't vote for. A Brexit that all of the evidence suggests will hit all of the country hard, but will hit the northeast of Scotland harder than any other part of our country. So let us in this election decide that we want a better future. A future where we build the kind of country we know in our hearts Scotland can be. And the priority must be that we in Scotland play our full part in depriving Boris Johnson of that parliamentary majority that he so craves. The SNP is the challenger to the Tories in every single Tory-held seat in Scotland, including this one. So if we want to send Boris Johnson packing, if we want to make sure he doesn't get to decide the future of Scotland, then the way to do that in this election is to vote SNP. It is the only way to do that in this election. So let's, on December the 12th, make sure we cast that vote full of hope and optimism for the kind of country we want to build, not just for those of us in this generation, but for the generation to come, for these kids that are all over here today. Let's build a better Scotland